can perish. And you want to present that system as something which we should uphold and we should cherish and we should defend. Now suppose some sensitive people, very patriotic-minded people, or those people who are concerned by the kind of oppression or violence that they suffer, believe that this will not be. We want to change it. When they start working peacefully, as I try to explain, repression ensues. When they pick up arms, then the government says, now they have picked up arms, they are violent laws, they threaten us, we have to clamp down on them. So every level of argument you see, you find, and that's where Unlawful Activities Prevention Act fits. Government has decided that organizations have to be banned. They ban it. Now the interesting thing is, and I'll end on this note, yes, mass murders have taken place in this country. Gujarat, Mumbai 92-93, Bhopal, Delhi post-92, or the series of communal riots that ensued after 1963 in different parts of the country, starting with Jabalpur, in which tens of hundreds of people have been killed. They have taken place in this country. And the beauty of this country, the beauty of this state, and this constitution is that the organizations responsible for this will not be banned. The most interesting example of this is the Mahanagarpalika case, where the Abhinav Bharat is being prosecuted. Now look at it, Abhinav Bharat is not a banned organization. Government feels that it doesn't have to ban Abhinav Bharat or any allied organizations like the Hindu Mahasabha or the RSS, which is implicated in this. Now very senior member of the RSS Central Executive Committee, Indervesh, is implicated also in this. Government believes that you don't have to ban. That what you have to ban and what you have to strike at are the criminal activities of those members who have been found to have committed acts of mass murder. That has been the position that the civil liberties and democratic rights organizations in this country have taken. That is, by all means, crack down on those who have committed crimes. But you can't ban organization because some members have shown to be members of that organization. And you don't have to effectively prosecute members who have committed that crime. You don't have to ban that organization. Normal IPC provisions are sufficient. Why? Because if you investigate something seriously, sincerely, you can marshal evidence, as is being shown in the Malegaon case. Abhinav Bharat is not a banned organization. Its members who are members of Abhinav Bharat or RSS or Vishwa Hindu Parishad who are allied in this crime, they don't stand banned. So why can't they follow the same rules? Why do they have to follow one set of rules for RSS and another set of rules for others? Surely, if we believe in equality, and this country and its constitution believes in that and claims that it believes in that, there can't be two separate parameters for judging similar nature of crime. One where Maoists are involved or implicated or semi-gets implicated, and another where Abhinav Bharat-like organizations get implicated. And in fact, the Malegaon case proves the point that we've been trying to make, that you don't have to ban the organization. We are pretty capable of countering the propaganda of the RSS and other organizations if they are not banned. We are in a position to counter it because they don't have much argument. I mean, when RSS went and beat up Meerwal day before yesterday in Chandigarh, they did it because they didn't have any arguments to counter what he was saying. They lacked arguments. It's because they lack argument that they went and slapped him and tried to thrash him and tried to stop him from speaking. We are in a position to argue. We are in open politics and in open real. We are in a position to counter those propaganda. And if these organizations are allowed, I mean, if Simi's ideology is pernicious, well, let it be debated in public forums. Let them be criticized. Now what they have done is that by banning them, they have pushed them into underground, and they have lent actually legitimacy to Simi and his ideology, which they claim that they were trying to stamp out. They have strengthened them rather than weakened. I also believe that by banning Maoists, they haven't served anything. In fact, it has, in the long run, it would benefit the Maoist organization. So the Indian state, whatever it does in its infinite wisdom, it doesn't realize that it is actually undercutting the branch on which it is sitting and trying to protect. Because in the long run, as the Malegaon case very clearly brings out, there is no reasonable case which can be advanced for carrying on with unlawful activities, and especially not just unlawful activities, but in particular the provisions for banning the organizations, because banning an ideology, criminalizing what we would normally consider normal legitimate activities, for instance, mobilizing people, distributing and disseminating literature, providing legal aid, or encouraging or engaging in trade union activities or mobilization of peasantry, all these activities which are legitimate, would not probably, I mean, one reason, and this is the point on which I would like to end, then maybe one reason why the government doesn't want to do it and it feels more threatened by organizations like CPM Maoists could be that it feels that if they were allowed to operate openly, that given the conditions that operate in this country, their capacity to mobilize people today would show that they would expand and grow fast. And in order to stem that, in order to prevent that from happening, they believe that in concocting this kind of a threat posed to them and banning them and disallowing them from legitimate political activity could serve the purpose of protecting this system. And this, I think, is the most dangerous thing that poses for us, because in the long run, no ideology can be destroyed. No ideology and no idea can be destroyed. And in fact, 20 years of military suppression and declaring various organizations as banned in Kashmir has not stopped the people from demanding what they consider their most legitimate demand, the right of self-determination. So no amount of repression, no amount of banning helps actually in stopping an idea and an ideology from growing. And I think this is one lesson that the state has to learn, that it doesn't help, that in fact it's creating a much bigger threat for itself. Personally, I will not be very unhappy with that. But the point is, when you have such an act, it also brings into its purview those who are completely innocent, who are not even connected or remotely connected, family members. And this is the last point, and I want to end on this. Hemchand Pandey's wife. Hem has been killed along with Azad in a cold-blooded act. His wife is out. She still survives. But life has been made difficult for her precisely because she was married to what the government, IAP, SIP claims was a Maoist member, and therefore she remains a suspect. So all kinds of people can be brought under its tactics. Family members, parents, friends, acquaintances, anybody can be brought under its scope. And I think that makes it a very, very dangerous thing. And therefore, just as we oppose TADA and quota, I believe that we must also oppose Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and conduct a all India campaign to see that it is removed from the statutory, because that therein lies possibility of strengthening open politics and strengthening democratic essence that we are trying to uphold in this country. Thank you.